Sherry here with another card video. This card I wanted to make to enter into a challenge that is with Simon Says Stamp, their Monday blog, and it's to use craft paper. So I've got out a bunch of stuff here, and we'll get started and you can see how this card turns out. So I'm using a Magnolia stamp. The image is called Tilda with a summer hat, and I've gone ahead and inked her up with Memento Tuxedo black ink on some Copic paper, and I like to use my foam sheet to kind of cushion when I stamp. It helps the image come out really crisp and clear. There she is. She's looking cute. And then I'm just going to clean my stamp with some alcohol-free baby wipes. Works perfect. To save some time, I've gone ahead and pre-cut the paper that we're going to use. So the base layer is 6.5 by 5 inches. The green layer is 6 3/8 by 4 7/8. Orange is 6 2/8 by 4 3/4. And the little piece of craft paper is 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. And then I'm going to take it and emboss it. So this embossing folder is by Stampin' Up, and it's called Elegant Bouquet. So I'm going to get my Cuttlebug and just using my base plate, my B adapter, and then I'm going to put in the embossing folder, and then I'm going to put a B adapter on top. And then I just run it through. And I usually go through once and then back it up. And there we have it, a nice piece that's been embossed and it looks pretty. So then I'm going to just take a piece of scrap brown cardstock that I have and a scrap of the green that we used for the layering, and I'm going to cut a picket fence. This one's the Dynamics by My Favorite Things. It's called Wood Grain Fence. And we also have the grass from My Favorite Things. Once again, base plate, a C plate, a B plate, and then I like to use this little piece of metal. It's like a shim, kind of helps the intricate dies come out better. And unfortunately, you'll see they didn't exactly pop right off. They kind of got stuck on the plate. But that's okay. So then I'm just going to take my Spellbinders 2-in-1 and poke out the little pieces that didn't quite come out. I'm just using a pre-made card that is 6.5 by 5, just for your interest. And then what I'm going to do is I took the Distress ink in Walnut Brown, and I've inked up all the corners of my papers. It just usually makes the papers pop a bit and gives it kind of a vintage feel to your project. So unfortunately, when I was coloring, all my coloring was out of the frame and my hands were in the way. So that's a completed image. I'll put all the colors that I used on my blog. So then taking my little scissors, I just went ahead and I fussy cut her out, which just takes some time. It's kind of piddly work, but the end result's great. So then taking a black marker, and I just used my Copic black, the number 100, I've just gone around and inked all the edges just to kind of give it a finished feel. I learned that from Amy from Prairie Paper and Ink. Thanks, Amy, because it really does just finish off the image. So then using my craft knife and a cutting board, I just cut out the middle that's in between her two legs. And then I just took the black marker and tried to ink kind of in the middle of that too. It was a little tricky, but I got it done. Now it's time to glue everything together. Of course, I'm using my Beacon 3-in-1 adhesive that I love. So I'm just going to put glue on the papers and layer them in the order that they're supposed to be layered. Like I say, I like to use glue rather than tape because I never get things on straight to begin with. And so the glue gives me a bit of playroom to get it all evened up. I'm just adding the embossed image. And then I'm just going to cut the fence the same length as the embossed image, 4 1/4 by 5 3/4, and I'm going to do the same with the grass. So using my Zig 2-way glue pen, it's nice because when you have a small image you can just put a little bit on and then it's not running out in between all your cutout parts. Just going to adhere that to the card. Make sure it's straightened up. And I'm going to do the same with the grass. Trim it and then glue it on. Now I'm going to glue on my Tilda. Have her perched on, sitting on top of the fence. So then what I did is I took some string, this is from Lawn Fawn, and I like to just tape a tag of it on the back, and then I looped it over twice and adhered it with another piece of tape. I always figure the tape will hold it until you glue, because you're going to glue that whole piece onto your card base, so it's going to stick anyway. And then using my bow maker, I made a little bow and I adhered that with some glue onto my card. So I stamped a sentiment from Amy R's Be Happy stamp set onto some paper, cut it out, and pop dotted it onto the card image. For the inside of the card, I'm just going to take this stamp from my stash. I think it's from Michael's, one of those $1.25 in the bin. And then I'm going to take some My Favorite Things hybrid ink in natural and just stamp Tilda again, kind of sitting perched like on the corner of the card there. Just very light, so you can still write over top of her if you have to. So I got this, I think it's like a perfect pearl. It's orange and I got it in one of my card kits. It wasn't labeled, so I have no idea, but what I've done is all the embossed flowers, I've taken it and in the middle I've just put a little dot of it. And then using stickles, I glittered up her hair bow, her socks, and the little ruffle on her top. So then I took my Wink of Stella glitter pen in the clear color, and I just colored all the petals on each flower. And I went over them a few times to really get it to glitter. Then I just took my heat tool and kind of tried to dry it a little bit. What I ended up doing is I ended up deciding that I wanted the branches in the glitter too, so I went ahead and did that as well. And there's the finished image. You can see how sparkly that is. It looks really cute. It's hard to tell on camera, but you really see the glitter. The stickles pops out more, but the glitter pen just adds that, just a little something. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to email me with any questions. Be sure to check out my website and my blog. And I hope you guys are all having a great day. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.